let's get into it.
Really good.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Going in with a plan this time and being able to execute that was probably one of the biggest things. We had a plan of how we're going to do a warm-up and then go into the fight. Usually by the time I get to the third round, I'm settled and I'm ready to go, but then it's over. So we're going to do a longer warm-up and then I'll have my second win by the first round. That's what we did.
What made you change things up? Did you notice a difference as well?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So my first rounds in other fights, usually I just look like I'm a deer in the headlights. Like I'm a little bit lost. Like it takes me a little while to sort of settle in and all that sort of stuff. And then this time I knew like we had done the warm-up. It was longer. I was tired. And I was like, okay, well now I'm ready to go. Like, I'm not just starting.
And you want decision?
Yeah, decision.
Yeah. So what was it, 3 rounds? Or?
Yeah, just 3-2. So it was a super quick fight. So I knew. Like,
but it's been a while between now and your last fight, right?
Yeah.
Because when did you fight? Like 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, so it was 2 weeks ago, and my last one before that was November of last year. So it's been a long time.
And are you planning to kind of get back in soon? Or?
I would like to. Unfortunately, I've tried to fight a few times this year already, but it's hard finding opponents at the moment. Like you sort of have one set up and something happens along the line.
Is that in particular for your weight class or just a general like
so they've always said at the moment with the weight class that I'm in it is difficult, and I said like I understand, and they said apparently girls with over 8 or so fights, it is difficult as well. There's just a smaller pool of girls.
What's your weight class?
So 68 kilos.
68 kilos. So you would have to, what would be the next one up?
I'm looking to go down.
Oh, you're looking to go down. Okay.
Yeah. And even then, I don't think there's a huge group of girls, but there's just more. So we'll see.
You just got to suss out some of the options. But you've gone up as well, haven't you, before? Yeah. And how'd you find that? Like you just...
At first, it was tough.
Yeah.
But I think they're just taller girls than me, but they're not stronger. So I have that advantage on them. But fighting taller girls is definitely different. Yeah. And it's not something that I'm used to. But I don't know, getting there slowly.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it for now?
It's coming up to 5 years.
5 years, and you're
24.
24.
I just turned 24.
Did you? Like how recent?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, so when's your birthday? So August.
3rd of August.
Oh, 1st of August. There you go. Yeah, too. It sounds like 2 weeks ago. My birthday was like 2 weeks ago. Happy birthday. Yeah, I didn't even know. There you go. So you've been doing it for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And what's your goal? You just want to kind of you just loving it for now? Do you see it as a career as such, or you just enjoying
I don't know. I'm a little bit stuck in the middle.
Yeah, because you've had nine fights so far. Yeah.
So my goal is definitely to get to 10.
Yeah.
I also would love to get Australian title.
Yeah.
That is something that I would really, really like to do. And maybe after that, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because you had a K1 title before you.
Yeah, state K1 title.
That was state K1 title.
Yeah.
So what would you have to do for the Aussie title? Like what is?
I think you just get selected.
Okay.
So I'm assuming if I do a few good fights and have a few good wins, then I'll probably be up on someone's radar again, and they're happy to put me up for a fight. So we'll see. I'm hoping.
So that's your next goal.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about your background. I know we chatted off camera, but give me a bit about your background.
So my mum's American, my dad's South African, but I was born here. So I'm sort of first generation Australian in my family.
Have you been back ever since? Or?
We go to America all the time.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Very often. But we don't really have any family in South Africa, so I've never been there.
There's a lot of family in America?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
New York.
Oh, nice.
New York and Connecticut, that sort of area. So we go there. But apart from that, we only have one family that lives in Australia as well, and we don't see them very often. So it's interesting.
Yeah. So were you always kind of into like combat sports and stuff? Or?
No.
What did you do? Wait, were you always like sporty type of girl? Yeah. So what did you do? What did you do?
Always done swimming. As my whole life, ever since I was born, I did, all the learn to swim and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then I was a competitive swimmer from 8 to 16, 17. And then I sort of thought, I'm not really moving anywhere with swimming. So I sort of gave it away and sort of concentrated on school and friends and as you do at that age. And then, I stopped swimming, but I do that as full-time coaching now. So I didn't really leave the sport. I love it.
It's for swimming, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I coach it at a school.
Yeah. Cool. Enjoying it?
Love it. Love it.
Nice.
So, and then just sort of came across kickboxing and next thing I knew, I was fighting.
Yeah. It sounds like a similar journey for me. I'm pretty sure you went in with the intent of just getting fit, I'm assuming.
Pretty much. So I actually started from Nathan Robson.
Yeah. Because you fight out of Bulldogs Castle Hill. Or Bulldogs. Because there's Bulldogs Manly as well, right?
So Castle Hill.
Castle Hill, yeah.
We went to high school together.
Yeah. Oh, you're Nathan. Yeah, no way, okay.
You fought all the way through high school.
And
then eventually, by the time I got to year 12, I was like, I should probably see him fight. And then, just started from there. Yeah.
And how long was it from when you started learning to when you decided to step in the ring and have your first fight?
Well, it was 8 months, and then they had changed the rules to hold a fight. So I couldn't actually get a fight until about a year after. So it took me a full year of training from going from knowing nothing about kickboxing to getting in the ring.
Being good enough to, And what was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was like cloud nine. I couldn't believe it. I was so proud of myself. Like I just had done something I never thought I could do. And then as soon as I finished, I stepped outside the ring, my coach was like, so you're fighting in 8 weeks. I was like, oh, okay.
Coach?
Coach Stu.
Yeah. And what was your kind of your mentality, say, prior to even just competing and fighting, and then your idea of fighting? Like, what was it like before and then after?
Well, I don't know. I think I was a little bit in a bubble.
Yeah.
And I was super excited and I was so happy and I was like, this is cool. This is, no one else can say that they've been in a fight out of my friends apart from Nathan. And it's awesome. And then I sort of went in there and I didn't really know what I was doing and it went so fast, but I had so much fun.
Yeah.
But as soon as I stepped out, I was like, okay, that's really cool. Like I want to do it again, but now I know what I'm doing and there are so many things I need to improve upon. Yeah.
And what's is nutrition? I mean, before we head to nutrition, I know most of your like sparring, your sparring partners, they're usually guys, huh? A lot of guys.
Yeah, I don't
You're
spar
telling me?
girls. No girls.
Well, I've sparred, so I could proudly say, I've had my ass kicked. So, but what's that like? What's that like? Like, I never thought about it. I know we used to talk about it before, but what's it like having majority of sparring partners being guys? Of all levels, obviously, height, whatever, and then kind of like going in, stepping into a ring, and then fighting a girl.
To be honest, I'm really grateful of it. I really think it makes me so much tougher.
Yeah.
If there's guys that I can spar and I go okay, or at least I know that they're not getting anything by me, I can go in a ring with a girl and they're not going to hurt me.
Yeah.
So I sort of look at it that way.
Yeah.
But then again, I think the last few fights, I'm like, sparring a girl fighting a girl is actually so different. Yeah. And I don't know why it is, but
so it's not really about, like I'm fighting stronger guys and whatever, which means it's like, they're most likely stronger than the woman you're fighting, the girl you're fighting, but it's really not the case.
No, it's, she's trying to get as many punches and kicks on me as she can, and fighting a guy, I'm like, I just got to do my best. Yeah. Aspiring them. But fighting a girl is different. So, I don't know. I think I'm really grateful for it. Because it does make me tougher.
Yeah, it's a different environment.
It is. I can't complain. Otherwise,
And what's your nutrition like?
It's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Like, it just has to be. You have to sort of be on top of it. I'm still learning a lot about nutrition. I've been really up and down with it over the past few years, I suggest. But it's just interesting as I go on how much you learn, what you have to do, what you can't do, all that sort of stuff.
Do you find it's different, like with with supplements, right? There's supplements obviously a lot of guys take. Do you find that these supplements, there's differences between women and men and what they take, or?
I would suggest so. I think so. I think even protein and all that.
I didn't even ask you to take supplements. I'm assuming like basic supplements you take in your training.
I sort of go through phases with supplements. Sometimes I think it definitely does work. Like I do need them, and then other times I'm like no. But I think it depends on your training as well. I definitely use them.
There's like a need for it.
For recovery, I find them huge difference. But for men and women, there's big difference.
And so what's kind of planned for the rest of the year?
another fight.
Yeah.
Definitely another
by
fight.
By the end of the year? Or?
Yes, by the end of the year. Hopefully November or December.
Okay. In Sydney? Nice. You hope in Sydney?
Yeah. If I can. So.
Do you know do you know like what kind of card or what kind of fight? No, just you've got a rough estimation of when you want to...
Yeah, probably either Nick Stone show or Craig Jen show. They're sort of around the end of the year, so maybe hopefully on there. Yeah. At least just one more would be nice.
And what's cutting weight like for you? Like
cutting weight is not fun.
Yeah. I mean, given tracing back to what we were talking about earlier, you were saying about the weight classes and the lack of, so which means it almost seems like you're limited options.
Yes.
So if you are cutting weight,
Yeah, so sometimes when I used to fight lighter, I had to, do some big weight cuts, but I've learnt now that, it's just not worth doing those big weight cuts and sort of better off starting earlier and, getting it done beforehand. So, sitting in a sauna all day is not fun. It's not good. If I can not do that, that would be good.
But I'm assuming you would have learnt like methods and things along, like you would have learnt things along the way to make that situation better, because you're 9 fights in. So, I find a lot of the time just running, as much as I don't like it, just most boring.
You have to do it.
What's your support network like? I mean, when do you rely on a lot of people, and or do you have a sort of support network when you're kind of going into training or fighting, or even away from fighting, because it does take a lot out of you. So everyone at the gym, they are my biggest support network. My parents as well, but I know sometimes you don't take your parents' advice and you want someone else who you think knows the right thing. So that would be everyone at the gym. I really do value their opinion all the time, and I just trust everything that they say and rely on them a lot for how I'm going. So, and do you have do you kind of go to multiple people when you're learning? Do you have like multiple people that you kind of learn from, or do you have one coach? Or?
We have a couple of different coaches, and they're just different days and personal training sessions and all that sort of stuff. So I definitely go to a range of people, but then also my teammates as well, because you're with them all the time, and they probably know a few things more about you than you actually know yourself. I definitely go to them too.
Have you who are some of the people you put it on sparring?
I try my hardest with Nathan, but I just
for those that don't know, Nathan he's good at what he does.
Oh yeah, exactly. So if I can go with him, I'm happy.
I'll get the boys on one day.
Definitely. And Bok Choy, Brian Santoso. He's good. Very
Is it something that you just revolve yourself around? A bar, you try to set your bar so high so that at least if you fall short, you're much better.
Look who I'm, going against. Yeah, definitely. So, even I spar Steve once a week as well, Steve McKinnon. Even just to make sure that if I can get one shot on him that he doesn't see, that's a win for me. 8-time world champion, I got one shot, I'm pretty happy.
You could probably retire and be
happy with that. I'm
done. And what's kind of your inspiration when you go, even just with what you're doing, even when going into fights, first of all, like what's your week like going into a fight, your mentality, and where do you draw inspiration from? And it doesn't have to be fight week, just in general, with what you're doing and etc. Put aside even just fighting with you, like being swimming, coaching and swimming and etc. Where do you draw inspiration from life?
A lot of it is just from other athletes, just seeing what other athletes can do, and it's pretty impressive what some people can do. And if you really do put your mind to something, you can do anything. And so I see other people achieve the things that they want to do, and that's what I want to do for myself. But also, I coach so many young kids, and I want to be a role model for them. So if they can see that I'm achieving these things in my life, they're like, wow, I really want to do something like that too. So I get so much inspiration from them off of me. It's weird how it works, but it's cool. I really like it.
Was the process even after your first fight, knowing, not even thinking, I could even fight, let alone train? Did it give you a sense of belief that not even just with, say, fighting, but just in general with life,
Yeah.
Like I can proudly say with everything I'm doing now,
yeah.
it was fighting that gave me that sense of belief that, you know, if you put your mind to it, you can
do it.
Was there something similar for yourself?
100%.
Yeah.
So before, I was always a confident person, but probably didn't believe in myself.
Yeah.
And I think that showed in my swimming.
Yeah.
And then once I started fighting, and I, like, even though I had my first fight and I didn't win, the fact that I just got in there and did something I never thought I could, and I knew I could back myself, just gave me this whole new confidence I never thought was, you know, possible. So yeah, and I take that through life with me now.
It's funny with the first fight, I don't know if it was the same for you, but it's like a pat on the back, like
it is.
You got it
to yourself.
Yeah. And then after that, you're like, fuck this, I don't want to lose anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like screw losing. It's losing sucks, and it's funny all the processes you go through mentally. Like you go from like just feeling good about you and giving yourself you know that chance to go and experience something like that. But then it's just the competitiveness comes up. You're like, okay, it's not about a pat on the back anymore.
Exactly. Now I want to win.
Yeah. Some of the scenarios in your fights, like, have you ever had, you know, flip it both ways, but have you ever had a scenario where your fight's going bad and you've come from behind and you've won, and vice versa, where you feel like you've been comfortable going well and something just, you hit a wall or something happens and the fight turns around?
I think it was maybe it'd be my second. My second fight. I got an 8 count. And yeah.
For those who don't know 8 count, just explain it.
So pretty much you get hit and it sort of looks like you're almost getting knocked out sort of thing. So you stand back up and they count to 8, and if you're ready, they'll let you go again. If your eyes are rolling around your head, then you don't get to go. So I got an 8 count, and at first I didn't really know what that meant. And I didn't understand. I'm like, why is he counting to 8? And she's like, just stand there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm ready. And he's still counting. Anyway, we went on. And then at the end of the round, so I lost the first round. And then Stu was like, you need to go hard the next 2 rounds. And I was like, okay. So I came back from that. And
shout out to Stu, by the way. Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, he really just put the pressure on me and said, if you don't win the next 2 rounds, you lose. And I was like, well, okay then, that's what I have to do. So yeah, I came from the behind and came up and won.
And it was like another three round.
Another 2 rounds after that. I won. So that was a 3 round.
What was that feeling like for yourself?
Amazing. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I had like this look on my face.
Yeah, probably the best couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. What did that fight teach you personally? What was your once kind of everything settled down and you kind of next couple of days, what did that do to you as a person?
Do not ever give up. Like, you never know what's gonna happen, so just keep going and see where you end up. So that was definitely.
And tell me about when it went wrong.
Well, my last fight was a title. The one before was a title fight, and I had so many injuries going into this fight, and I knew I probably shouldn't have gone, but I thought, no, like, I barely ever fight, and I really, really wanted to just do it, and it was for a title. And so I went in, and I think I kicked my first kick, my switch kick, and I could feel my whole foot. So prior, I had fractured my fibula before, and it was so swollen. Anyway, I get in, and the first round I kicked, and it was so painful. I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. So I'm like half limping around the ring, half not. And then everyone's like, you really just got to follow up. Like, I had her so many times, and then I went to kick, and it was too painful, so I didn't, and I just back off.
That pretty much takes
my whole fight. My whole fight. So I lost that, unfortunately. I was kind of annoyed at myself that, I didn't just put that aside and just keep going anyway, but it's another learning lesson.
Good thing is there's always another fight.
Exactly, always.
And what's it like for yourself? And even, I want you to have a think about even just like, I guess, other girls and, even women that are thinking of or are, in mixed martial arts and martial arts in general, But what was it like for you around your friends, let alone being a girl, you know, kind of fighting. What was that like experience like for you and for the people around you? Like, did you find that, you know, your friends, girlfriends, all kind of were like, you know, did they kind of get drawn to the idea, or were they just were like, whoa, I can't believe you're doing it? Like,
I think it was mixed emotions against a lot of people. And you know, my first sort of 2 years of fighting, I sort of was hiding in a shell a little bit because I was training all the time. I didn't really want to go out, so I didn't really see my friends that often anyway. But they were so supportive of my first fight, and still, now, you know, they're like, it's cool, but yeah, it took them a little while to be like, you're actually fighting, like you're actually doing this. And I was like, yeah, like I am. And then even still, like some people, you know, you can see that they're happy for you, but they can also, you can see in them, they're just like, why? Like, why would you do that?
But what does it feel like for you, I guess, being a woman, being able to fight? Like, what does that do for you as a person? I mean, you know, because the reason I say this is just traditionally, right? Yeah. It's, you know, combat sports guys and, you know, all that, But obviously now, you know, seeing around the world, women's combat sports, let alone women's sport in general, is gone, you know, is climbed heavily, you know, high up the ranks and that, you know, you see from rugby league to soccer to whatever it is. I mean, women's sport, especially in the fighting world. What is it like for you? Like,
oh, I love it. I just think it's the coolest thing, you know, that girls are really sort of starting to put their names out there, and really people are interested in girls fighting now, whereas, you know, they sort of weren't really before. It was more men, even though there were women doing sport and stuff. But they are interested in seeing girls fight. So I'm pretty happy that I'm part of that. These days. Exactly, which is cool. So it's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome to be a part of that.
Yeah, and what's kind of some of your future goals now?
I don't know at the moment. Sort of just, I would like to still fight and you know, get a couple titles and see how far I go. But
reassess the situation.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm sort of at that stage now where, you know, hopefully by the end of the year I'll be 10 fights in. So I think I might need to, you know, make a decision if I really want to do it seriously, or, you know, just plod along and do it fight by fight or something like that. I don't know.
What's your kind of, do you look to people to kind of give you advice on that, or is it something that you feel like you you know, you got to kind of make a decision for yourself? Or
I think a little bit of both. I think definitely asking all my trainers and coaches and everyone at the gym, you know, what they think, and if they think that, you know, I'd make a good pro fighter, like if I have what it takes to do it, or whether, you know, I should just keep doing my amateur fights, and if, you know, that's what I want to do, just keep doing it too.
Because you got to, I guess, have the environment, the right environment, and you yourself, your whole life, once you go pro, like your dedication and your time all changes, right? So you got to be ready for that and be willing to do all that as well, I guess. So
I definitely want their advice. Like, am I crazy to go pro? Do I think I'm too good?
I'd love to see you go pro, but, you know, it's easy for me to sit here and say that. But I'm the one that's gonna have to go through it. But what do you want to tell, I guess, girls? I know, like young, I guess, you know, girls and family and people that are kind of in the, you know, trying martial arts or trying different things. What do you say to, I guess, people that, you know, those girls that probably do want to kind of try it out, but have that, I guess, the same, I mean, you're 9 fights in, you've been doing it for 5 years, but probably have the same kind of fear you did coming into gym, you know, guys, I mean, probably more girls now around our gyms, but you know what I mean, like, they want to kind of come in and try this out. What do you say to them?
Just give it a go. Just go straight in there, give it a go, bring a friend. There's probably other girls in there like me who will take you under their wing and, you know, show you the ropes, sort of thing. So, but yeah, definitely.
You won't know until you try it out.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And what kind of legacy would you want to leave when it's all left behind?
Oh, just the fact that I gave it my best. You know, I did everything I could and achieved everything I wanted to achieve. I have no regrets in doing it whatsoever.
That's awesome, Jess. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. It's awesome, and I hope your story inspires other girls.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.